thing that's like happening in our lives, like right in front of us. If you ignore it, then you feel like you're faking in your mind because there's this thing that you need to talk about. It's kind of like when you have a big fight with your best friend or your girlfriend or whatever, and then you try to call her and act like it's nothing. And if you try to write songs about something other than what's in front of you, you just sort of feel like, man, I can't do this. And I really feel like I spent the last couple of years of my life sort of living amongst two tribes of people. And the one tribe is like super, super sure of all the stuff that they do, that they believe, and of their faith. And the other tribe is not sure at all, and not sure if there's anything. And I feel like I've watched a lot of friends go between the two. I don't know, it's a difficult thing to manage as you grow up to try to figure out what you believe. If you're anything like me, then at some age, somebody handed you this package, and they're like, hey, here's the truth, and it's all here, and it all has to go together, and it's all perfect, and don't throw any of it away. Because if you throw some of it away, then you're going to lose everything. And at some point, whether it was at 13 or 19 or 42, you realize that there was like, for sure, some bullcrap in this package that needed to go in the trash can. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Yeah. And so you do that in the trash, and then you kept growing up and learning, and maybe you found another layer that needs to go in the trash, and another layer. And as you grow up and as you see more of the world, you learn. And at some point you start to wonder, like, is there even anything good in this at all? Or is this all crap? Is there even a baby in this bathwater? And I don't know where you're at in that process. I think it's a process we all have to go through. And I think sometimes we don't talk about it, and that makes it worse. I think because we don't talk about it, some of us feel like we're dying, or maybe it's just a growing pain, if we were honest. A much greater songwriter than me, he said that when you're losing your faith, and you've grown up a person in faith in the church or whatever, he said it's like your dad's dying, but you can't tell anyone. And I think it's just really important that we talk about where we're at, what we believe, and what we're losing hold of. And I just want to say this for you, wherever you're at in that process, because I don't think we say it to each other enough. For us, we just want to say to you guys, because maybe no one said it in a while to you, I do not think you are an accident, and I think your life has purpose. And I think, for whatever it's worth, I think there's a God, and I think He loves you. And it's for you to decide what you believe. But maybe you haven't been told that in a while. And I also just want to say, I still think there's something incredibly beautiful and unique and powerful above everything else about a man named Jesus. But you might have to throw a lot of crap away with his name on it, and people have put it on it. And a lot of things that are not as beautiful as a homeless man who lived 2,000 years ago and lived to love the poor and care for the least of these and gave his life willingly. And in my opinion, rose again. I just want to say to you, I think he's unique. There's a lot of garbage with his name on it, but maybe I just end and say this. There's a lot of people who want to tell us what God has to say. Maybe a lot of them mean well. But I think it's time we let God speak for himself. And I think that takes courage to get honest with yourself and to stare the stuff in your heart and in your mind that you hate, that you're afraid of. Because we can't run from it, you know that. We can't run from it. To stare that stuff in the face, maybe pray a really honest prayer to God and say, if you're there and I'm listening, give him the space and the time to speak. Because I think there's something incredibly powerful going on. So thank you for listening. We love you. We appreciate the time you've listened. It's a blessing to be here and to get to be on this show. You've been amazing. Thank you so much. This song's for all of you. It's for everybody. What listening with me. So many felt good or true or beautiful. And I said, oh, we believe that's God. And He's beautiful in you too. Grace and peace from my epic